Okay. So when I did my reading of the first chapter of Davina's book earlier, I didn't even read the first chapter. I just read the first section of the first chapter. Um, so Davina was very nice to make me feel less self-conscious about my jerky movements. So just for you, Davina, I'm going to read the second section of the first chapter. Not even the first chapter, but this is a reading especially for Davina from your best friend Matthew. All right. So the last chapter ends. Does mom know? And your dad says, "Well, your grandmother knows, okay?" And you say in your mind, "I didn't ask any more questions. I wanted to see the res." And I did. It was my dad's wife's Hopi reservation in Hopi, Arizona. It was a little village on the side of a cliff, all the houses adobe, all set really close together, so close you could jump roof to roof, and so close you couldn't walk between them on the ground. As we drove in, kids looked up at us. They were playing in the dirt and doing dances. Dad drove real slow and waved at some of the grown-ups sitting in front of their houses. The houses were all different shapes, everything in white, everything bleached by the sun. The steps that went up to them felt like they were cut right into the mountain. That first day we arrived, it was sunshine and rain, and the first thing I noticed about our particular house was the smell. The adobe mixed with desert rain, softening in my hands as I went up the steps, and I let myself explore. Neat little kitchen, stairs that went up to the roof. To this day, I love the smell of wet clay or pottery. It puts me back when I was 5, back on the res for the first time. All the houses smelled that way when it rained. We had no running water. There was a well with a pump. The houses were in a courtyard formation, and everyone had their own outhouse. Each one had a picture on the door so you could know which one was yours. Ours had a crescent moon and 3 stars. Beyond the outhouses were the cliffs. They were higher than the tallest buildings I had seen in California. That's where everybody throws their garbage. Down there were piles and piles and piles of garbage. Bed frames, mattresses, old cars rusted out with holes in the seats, the glass smashed to pieces, nothing working. Me and Janine and these Hopi Indian kids would play on the edge of the cliffs. It was fascinating to look down at everything people had left there. We played in empty adobe houses. We played in desolate flat areas. Out from the village, down in the ground, there were special places for the kachina, a mound of dirt with a ladder sticking out. You'd go down the ladder into a cave. Me and Janine went down there one time, and there was a sacred gathering, all sitting in a circle, all hot and sweaty, a big group of people. I knew how special it was and how lucky we were to be there. It was sacred. When the kachina would come out, you weren't supposed to look at them. They would run from their caves into the middle area between our houses. They were dancing, and that you're allowed to watch. You're not supposed to touch a kachina, but if one of their feathers touches you by accident, it's good luck to you. They have feathers all over their bodies and a wooden mask, and they wear moccasins. They're mostly naked, with a thing around their waist, bare-chested, and each one carries a rattle. One time when the kachinas came to the middle of the courtyard where it was dirt and not sand, I remember thinking, kachinas are men, not women. The men would dance in a circle. People were sitting on the roofs of their houses. The roofs are flat, and the sides of the houses had built-in stairs. If you know where to step, you can climb all the way up. The kachinas would be singing and dancing. Bells, rattles, drums. There were baskets of fruit and flatbread and pies in baskets given to random people. They would throw fruit up to the roofs for people to catch. Some of the ladies would be on the ground in their most beautiful dresses, hair back in buns, wearing silver jewelry, turquoise, tapping a stone mortar and pestle to make music. Everyone dancing, everyone watching, everyone catching their goodies from below, even candies for the kids. I was so in awe of the Kachina, looking at them from every angle, but you can only see their eyes behind the holes in the masks. My family got a basket full of fruit and flatbread. I remember even today there were bananas, oranges, apples. Another day, there was a ceremony where Kachinas were coming out of their caves wearing real buffalo heads with horns sticking out and the buffalo skins trailing down their backs. They were running a big race in the flat area between their caves and our houses. I heard the screams and saw the dust fly up behind them. I thought about Mom and I wondered what she was doing right that minute. I wondered if she was thinking about me. I wondered if she missed me. But mostly I looked at the buffalo heads, racing. I thought it was awesome. That's for you, Davina. I love you.